Hey everyone, I'm Rum, and welcome to another Yap session. This time is about the second one this week. With episode Heresy dropping recently, we've gotten a lot of shifts, changes, and overall gameplay rehauls. And I want to preface this Yap session with saying that I am a PvE player first. I used to be a major PvP player, but I stopped really, I want to say around Beyond Light. But Bungie announced pre-Heresy that they were going to revamp the Trials of Osiris entirely. I think DMG was the one that tweeted out originally that what if Trials of Osiris wasn't flawless or bust, and the community went wild with ideas. And I feel like I can say without a doubt that you, right now watching this video, if you haven't already, go play Trials. It is so much more fun. It doesn't matter if you're getting destroyed every single game because the current system rewards you to just keep trying. If you don't know or don't understand what Trials has just done, basically we went from a get 7 wins in a row or nothing else to a get 7 wins in total, but rewards you a lot more for getting a bunch of win streaks. Now, there's a lot of people who loved the old trial system, loved just going flawless and getting a bunch of loot at the lighthouse. Nothing for the people that keep losing. And you know what? I understand that because I used to be one of those players. And mind you, I had never been to the lighthouse until this weekend. Was that mainly due for the lack of trying? Yeah, probably, because I've only really attempted trials 1 or 2 weekends. And that wasn't just because of the fact that the loot wasn't a good enough drive. It was actually the amount of loot wasn't enough of a drive for me to try it. I think the first weekend I played Trials was for the Igneous Hammer original launch, and then the second one was for the Summoner's War. Both of those weapons I actually got for PvE reasons. And as for the rest of the weapons, either I was not around playing the game, or I just didn't see it as a good enough reason for me to just lose over and over and over again in Trials. And some of you guys may be feeling like that right now, but I assure you that with the Lighthouse Passage, even though you're going to lose a lot of your games, if you're not going in ready for PvP at all, I do think that the rewards that you're granted, even during a loss, is enough of a reason to at least try it out. Before we get into all of the loot, let's talk about the chances to get an Adept weapon. In order to get one Adept weapon, you have to have 7 wins on your Lighthouse Passage card. With one win streak specifically, it's only a 30% chance to get an Adept weapon. For a 2-win streak, it goes up to 60%, and for 3, it is a guaranteed Adept weapon drop. If you play in a trio, it's already a guaranteed Adept weapon, regardless of how many win streaks you guys went on. So I played solo, unfortunately. I didn't know the exact rates at which Adept weapons drop. Had I known that if you played with a trio, it's a guaranteed Adept weapon, I probably would have ran this with a couple of buddies. But even then, when I hit the lighthouse, I actually was granted 3 Adept weapons. I then reset my card, which is something you guys should not do. I repeat, do not reset your card. If you do reset your card, you have to get to the lighthouse again. If you don't, you can just keep playing Trials of Osiris as you would casually, and the game will reward you with even more guns, with a higher chance of granting you an Adept weapon. This includes on losses as well. It's around 30%, even without going flawless, to get a drop from Trials on a loss. And I know how some of that sounds to you guys. It sounds abysmal. Like you're going to go on a long loss streak and you're probably not going to get anything for a couple of runs. However, I really got to point out to the fact that if you even get 1 win, it's a 50% chance to get a drop. I am not a mathematician and I'm not good at math in general, so I won't do the actual stats for you guys to draw out, but just know that you're going to get a drop most of the time that you're playing. I decided I should have probably double checked my stuff real quick, but I actually found out through blueberries.gg that every 3 wins will grant you a guaranteed Trials armor piece, 4 wins will grant you 5 enhancement cores, 5 wins will grant you a Trials weapon, and 6 wins will grant you 3 enhancement prisms. And if you go flawless, you get what is essentially a loot explosion. This includes Trials weapons, armor, shaders, Trials mementos, everything you can think of, basically. And even if you don't go flawless, that lighthouse trip will grant you so much loot that you might just be able to just overlook the fact that you're missing a couple of items. Whatever the case may be, I'm going to say my opinion on Trials right now. It is in the most fun state, most rewarding state it's ever been in. And even though I know you can't please 100% of the community with this change, I do think a major part of the community that ignored Trials on the weekends or ignored PvP in general I think they're finally tuning in, they're finally trying it out, and the player numbers are for sure skyrocketing with Trials. And it's for a great reason. So if you're looking forward to going into Trials, do it right now because there's never been a better time. Right now, the featured weapon, which is the weapon that you're going to get Adepts of, is called Exalted Truth, which is a Void 140 hand cannon. It has that new Demoralize perk that we talked about previously in another video. You guys should go check that out. And it's also got destabilizing rounds and a bunch of other great PvE and PvP perk. And that wraps up this very quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of Trials and PvP going forward with Destiny. And with everything else being said, hit that subscribe button, please. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.